Okay, there we go. It's the same one, so not this one. This is also, I'll be doing standard S20, so I'm gonna, she did not download, I already have download here. Doesn't really matter. I need 5 here, but model here, and you can see, so there we go. And then you want to go
I think a Spirit Breaker is gonna be quite pain. Early game and mid game.
我追唔到人咯，佢應該杜拜。
This is a situation where we need a rough. I'm only following objective. I got my objective, now I can come.
That is difficult.
Time to harass her ass.
Yes.
Nice, he missed.
Denied.
The Soul Eater hungers. To damnation come.
Nice, he gonna deny when I let him farm. I also don't know how. I really didn't buy X.
Midnight of your soul.
GG.
Inferno rages.
Pull the creep. Pull the creep.
The ground burns.
Understand.
Hell's on earth.
Oh, you found me!
Just go faster, go
The Soul
level 3.
Eater hungers.
None on this stage shrink from a fight.
To damnation come. I am the midnight of your soul. The fire spreads. The inferno blazes.
Mana burn.
The flame Bring it. Hell's on earth. Ha-ha!
Yeah, the mana burn is a bit annoying now.
The inferno rages. Yes,
Very expensive to get hit by this bitch.
the inferno rages. Bring it. I am the midnight of your soul.
Ah, whatever lah.
The ground burns. Oh, yes.
Oh, let's say low, you die low.
Hell's on earth.
First blood is on the ground, and we're already looking for more.
Starry heights.
Yes.
Just needed one of your quill sprays.
The Soul Eater hungers. Till damnation come. Ha-ha! Bring it. The fire spreads. Infernal.
Bottom is missing.
The ground burns. Defilement. Till damnation come. At last. Yes. Oh, yes. The Soul Eater hungers. Oh, yes. The inferno rages.
Our middle tower is defending itself.
Hell's on earth. Oh, yes. Ha-ha! The inferno rages. To withdraw. Bring it. I am the midnight of your soul. Till damnation come. Hell's on earth. Denied. Yes. The ground burns. The fire spreads. some.
Once I ulti that bird, the blue bird, I don't think he can do anything.
The ground burns.
Look to your top
I
tower.
start getting some damage already.
Instructions.
Alright.
Inferno rages.
Hey, come on, Nate.
Hell's honor.
唔知啦，我殺咗人啦，但係我睇到有人0-1-0啦。
No do shit.
Defilement. Damnation. Feel the burn.
做咩 cannot level 你有呢兩個 skill？
上邊
Bring
係
it.
啲上邊一個燈啦，個 snow
又係變咗。
Fail to juke. I thought he will blink there.
Well, hell's bell.
The enemy attacks your bottom tower.
You wanna pick on who first? You wanna take the sky first or what?
Nope, I don't want to take on
Tower
anyone.
is under attack.
Midnight of your soul. The fire
Killing
spree.
spree.
Kill Korea.
Radiant's courier has been killed. The enemy attacks your middle tower.
Fuck!
Damnation come. Bring it. The ground burns.
That was scarcely worth my notice.
Yes. The fire spreads.
Fuck!
Mega kill.
Inferno rages.
Double kill.
哎，队友呢？队友呢？队友呢？队友呢？队友呢？
I fall to the seven hells.
What ingratitude!
Middle tower is under attack. Tower faces a terrible test. That which protects also requires protection.
The soul eater hunger.
Top tower is under
midnight of your soul.
The enemy attacks your middle tower. Long has that tower stood against the rise of your middle tower has fallen.
Bring it.
An equal bounty must be claimed.
Yes.
Oh no, what
Killing spree.
Sorry.
The fire.
The tower is under attack. Alongside come to prevent
I adore thee. Monster kill. Godlike. Double kills ensured your demise. Rages.
Hey, ask for the D. Give it the damage. I want the damage. Thank you for the damage.
The Soul Eater hungers. Till damnation come. The ground burns.
Radiant structures are fortified.
By the fires of a pit.
Start make
Damnation come.
start to TP away. Use your magic wand and TP away.
I'm not ready.
Somebody help him. Oh.
The ground burns.
Ah, TP! No!
My soul.
Okay, talk to jungle. No, the bash works. It just doesn't bash like the animation like Bara. The bash doesn't. I don't think the bash can see. Because I thought I had that problem also, but it was bashing. Maybe no knockback.
I come with all Paris.
At least do some delay.
Yes. I'm not ready. Soul Eater.
Silent me. Good shit.
It is not time yet. Slice your throat. Not yet. Bring it.
Solo.
Inferno
the enemy's bottom tower is gone. Look to your top tower.
I'm not ready.
Sand King is coming bottom.
Hell's on earth. The fire
might be trying to take bottom. Should we give it to them?
I got no TP.
The ground burns. Till damnation come.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Midnight of your soul. Slash and burn.
Who's that on the sky right?
My sword flares.
Your middle tower faces terrible attacks.
佢可能上緊嚟有嘅。
Yes.
The instructions are fortified.
哇，好玩啦，要不我玩玩啦，哎呀，
Killing spree.
對對，哇，點咁樣聽到？
The enemy's top tower has been denied.
I am the midnight of your soul. Yes.
Do you think they see me? Oh, they see me, they see me.
Hell's on
Try to use.
Fan the flames. It is not time yet. Hunger. My fire is out.
Yeah. I got no damage bonus yet.
I go farm if I got no item.
Farm time.
What the hell?
Go your bling way.
Up here, wait.
Fish. Change my boots for mana.
Not yet! Upon my horns I adore thee.
Yeah.
Attack!
Nice.
Killing spree!
Computer kill him.
I try to get BKB.
The furnace delivers me to life.
He got scepter already.
Ooh,
This thing is gonna be annoying.
first time
Oh
now.
fuck.
Fuck also got the who's that? Seven King.
Oh, yes. Burning steel. Attack. The fire spreads. I am the midnight of your soul. Yes.
Oh, no dying.
With my horns in you. The fire spreads.
Right.
Bye.
The ground burns.
No.
With till damnation come.
I'm not there. I'm not joining the war.
Fuck.
Okay.
Invisibility.
Monster kill! Triple kill!
I haven't seen it.
Hell's on earth.
Your middle tower is under attack. I don't know what we double kill!
Oh, you got the wolf aura. You went Russia.
So am I supposed to go?
I don't know. I don't
I
think.
don't see people going, so fuck that.
It's almost dead, we can steal it. Invoker did a lot of the work for us.
Good.
Oh, good.
I am the midnight of your soul. Almighty money.
Very pain.
Bring it.
Roshan is very pain.
Inferno rages.
Has been destroyed, but his fate will always be to rise again.
Hell's on earth.
Uh-oh.
Till damnation come.
Bear witness and tremble! Bear witness and tremble!
Holy fuck. What is this invoker? What is this invoker? 21 and 1.
Fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
Wow. 好撚唔俾面咁樣衝入嚟。
Mobile back. GG. GG.
Has fallen.
This is how I die.
Barracks center. Now to your middle barracks. Your middle barracks has fallen.
Fucking thing. damage increased by 30%.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack.
The fire spreads. Come taste the flame. Slice your throat. Fan the flame.
Going to kind of, at least the Odin will freeze up. It will start. And as you can see, now the process finished. You can unplug your device on the computer. It's already get passed for a while, and it was only doing stuff on the phone then. But I know that there is somewhere a link, so download it. You can then open it up. So there will be USB drive. Where is it? What you also will need is a Odin software, which I believe I can find it here as well. There will be a link for it in the if you don't. So I'm gonna actually search for the head bypass. So I believe this one actually had bypass through Odin. So that's what I'm gonna try to use. Just quickly see. Full. Bear with me while I try to find a decent place to actually get this, but so it should be provided in the description. Should be nowhere. So once you open it up on OK. Next thing, that's for and then up. So we'll need to wherever you saved this to be done myself. So at least that's where I have downloaded the files myself. So once again, wherever you saved this to be downloaded to, that's where you want to look for those files. So for me it's desktop, and it is just extend this so I can get the full. Oh, I didn't unpack it. That's why I can see it. So yeah, let's also unpack that. So it is right here. That's the file, extract. Have to wait, and so again, let's stop on the BL file, and let's go back to the desktop. At least that's how I said it's for me. And there it is. So it's this one, as you can see, G980L. So right here. Keep in mind that the file probably. So now let's tap on CP. Choose CP.
Hello everybody, my name is Aaron and today I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial that will explain how to flash any Samsung phone and you won't have to use your brain once. You're welcome. Why am I doing this? I recently had a wife. No, I'm just kidding. I still have it. Her. She here? I recently had to flash the firmware on my wife's phone so she could get over-the-air updates, and it was a freaking nightmare. Took me about 4 hours to get the whole thing figured out and done. I hit literally every obstacle you can hit. That's why I'm making this video, so that I can show you how to overcome everything. All links for everything we're about to do is in the description down below. Hit it up. So first off, right away, what you want to do is hunt down your model number. I know what you're thinking. Oh, I have a Galaxy S9 Plus, so I have an A8. So that's not what we're getting at here. Go to your phone settings and then the About spot, and you're going to see a model number, an SM something model number. My model number is SM-G965W. We have the model number. Now we are going to talk about regions because you're going to need to know them soon. I have linked a website that shows you all the regions that are coded for Samsung phones. Now, this is kind of easy. You just keep scrolling till you find your country and carrier. Then you write down what the 3-digit code is for your area. The main reason why you have to do this CSC region code thing is because you want to get over-the-air updates. It's freaking annoying having to manually update all the time. You'll have to do this procedure every single time. It's a nightmare. So just do it right the first time. It'll save you a ton of time and effort in the future. We have to find the 3-digit code that corresponds to your phone. Now, the US and Canada each have their own region-free code. It's XAA for the US and it's XAC for Canada. I am in Canada. The tutorial that I'm going through right now is going to show you Canadian firmwares and all that. Okay, you don't have to freak out because I'm in Canada. It's the same thing. It's just a different code. That's it. The code I used for my wife was XAC. The code on my phone is a BMC, and I will be referencing that later. BMC is Bell Mobility. Now that we know the model number, now that we know the CSC, we got to get the firmware. So we go to Sam Mobile. This site is a freaking joke, but it's the easiest way to get a firmware, okay? This site, Sam Mobile, click the Browse Firmware Archive, then you want to head on over to My Model Number. Start typing. It's going to want to autofill for you. That's great. Just put in the model number, the SM dash whatever it is. Mine shows up right there in autofill, and there's a W at the bottom. I use the G965U on my wife's phone because it has less bloatware with it, but whatever. Just use what yours is. It's fine. You'll get a list. Once again, you're looking at Canadian here. Mine is Bell, so I would click on the top one, and I'm going to use that for the example for this, okay? So I click on Bell Mobility. It would bring me to this page, and this is just on the left side of the page, and you want to click the Join to Download button. Now, this is where this site gets smutty, super smutty. It will purposely throw a time wall in front of you, and that time wall will never end. You'll click the Tired of Waiting button, and it will bring you to this next page where they want to sell you something. You don't have to buy anything. Like I said in your email download, it's probably going to take us right before you go to bed. Let it download overnight, not a big deal. On the same download page on the right side, there's instructions. You can follow these instructions, but there's a few things that these instructions don't cover, and that's what held me up for 3 freaking hours. So now that we got the firmware downloaded, I am opening it up. Now, I'm using WinRAR. That's why it looks like a bunch of books with a belt around it, but Windows will unzip it. So either way, it's a .zip, so it's fine. All I'm doing here is dragging and dropping outside of the zip into the folder that everything's located in, and when it's done, it'll look like that, okay? 5 files, and we are good. Next, what you want to do is go find yourself Odin. Odin is the program we're going to be using to flash your phone. Now, here's the kicker. There's 2 types of Odins. There's the normal Odin, and then there's the patched Odin. If you are changing regions, you have to use the patched Odin. It will not push a firmware flash to a Samsung phone from original Odin if you are in a different region. It does that so that people can't buy and sell phones across the world and screw Samsung out of a bunch of sales. So you have to get patched Odin. grab it from this address. Links in the description. Obviously, everything's in the description, okay? All right, so now you got it downloaded, install it, and we're going to open up Odin. Now, what we have to do is populate Odin with the files that you pulled out of the firmware. This is easy stuff. Okay, look at that. The beginning, the BL, AP, CP. It just goes right across. You just click BL button and click the BL file you extracted all the way down. The only kicker is the home and the CSC file, okay? So home CSC means that it will keep all of your personal information on the phone. Now, asterisk, I don't know if it's going to wipe out, you know, some contacts or whatever, but the idea is that it keeps all the information, everything on the phone. So I'd recommend a backup before you try any of this. To back up your phone, you can use Google to sync, because you're running an Android phone, so Google's already syncing itself in the background with contacts and whatnot. You can use Google Photos, which is where it'll pull all your photos and push it up to the cloud back into your Gmail account, and it'll store your photos for you. The other way to do it is this website that I've linked, and it shows you step by step of how to back up your phone as well. If that's not applying to you and you want to do a clean wipe, then you go CSC, that bottom file. You do not use home if you want to clean wipe. I clean wiped my wife's phone. Best decision ever, especially because I downloaded the U firmware, which had like no bloatware in it. It was great. So populate Odin with the files that you downloaded and pulled out of the firmware. Now what we got to do is reboot your phone to get into download mode. So how to do that is not the same on every Samsung. So just quickly Google it. It's not a big thing, okay? Look at that. There's a whole list of Samsung phones there. They're going to have their phone, and they're going to show you how to get into a download mode. On the S9 Plus, it was volume down, Bixby, and power button at the same time. You just follow what they tell you, and you'll get the thing to boot. This is what it looks like. It's got a bunch of jargon on the top. At least that's what mine was. Green page with an arrow down. This is not plugged into anything. Now, at the top of mine, it says fun things like fuse blown, provisioned, Samsung official, FRP locked, warranty void, but who cares? None of it means anything. Fuse is apparently blown, whatever. I still was able to flash. This is my wife's phone. I was still able to flash. What happens next is the most important. Plug the phone into the computer. You'll want to make sure that you're plugging this thing directly into your computer. Do not plug it into a keyboard with a USB port or a monitor with a USB port or a USB hub or some other device. It's got to go directly into the computer. If you don't do that, it's going to cause problems. Directly into the computer or laptop that you're using, and then we can hit start on Odin. So this is where I got hung up for like an hour. So it didn't matter how many times I ran the freaking flash, it would fail. And it would fail hard and miserable. And it was driving me nuts. I ended up stumbling upon this post. When you're booted into the download mode, you would then press the volume down and it would restart the phone, and you'd volume down, Bixby, and power button at the same time, get back into download mode. So essentially you're doing download mode twice. Why is that necessary? I don't know. I didn't invent Samsung. If your flash fails like this, it might not just be that you need to reboot the phone. It might be that your USB port is bad. I had to move my USB port over. Sometimes internal USB ports on computers are run by different chips. So if you move it over to the USB port on the other side of your computer or laptop, it may just work. It may be the USB port. You're going to have to consider that. What that did for me, I got a successful flash. So I had to reboot the phone when it was in download mode, back into download mode, successful flash. Took 4 minutes and 11 seconds to push, which seems like forever when you're waiting for that thing to flash, let me tell you. And there it is, completely flashed, ready to go, and it will be getting over-the-air updates. Whew, we did it, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope yours goes more swimmingly than mine did. My biggest problem was hunting down the firmware. My other problem was that reboot situation. If you just follow what I'm saying, you'll be fine. I do deep dives like this quite a bit. Not always on a cell phone. My last one was me finding an Alienware laptop in a free bin on the side of the road. That is quite the story. Go check it out. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see more tech stuff, make sure you hit up the channel, subscribe, touch my bell, and I will see you on the next one. That rhymed, didn't it? Did that rhyme? I feel like I'm not getting the credit I deserve. Like, that was poetic. Hello everybody, my name is Aaron and today I'm going to what they tell you. So this is where I got hung up for like an hour. So it didn't matter how many times I ran the freaking flash, it would fail. And it would fail hard and miserable. And it was driving me nuts. I ended up stumbling upon this post. When you're booted into the download mode, you would then press the volume down and it would restart the phone, and you'd volume down, Bixby, and power button at the same time, get back into download mode. So essentially you're doing download mode twice. Why is that necessary? I don't know. I didn't invent Samsung. If your flash fails like this, it might not just be that you need to reboot the phone. It might be that your USB port is bad. I had to move my USB port over. Sometimes internal USB ports on computers are run by different chips. So if you move it over to the USB port on the other side of your computer or laptop, it may just work. It may be the USB port. You're gonna have to consider that. What that did for me, I got a successful flash. So I had to reboot the phone when it was in download mode, back into download mode, successful flash. Took 4 minutes, let me tell you. Be getting over-the-air updates. Whew, we did it, ladies and gentlemen. Problem was hunting down, you'll be. Last one was me finding, go check. Is that right? I feel like I'm not getting the credit I deserve. Like, that was poetic.